Hey guys, it's Slimingosh. I have recently got a bunch of questions about how to approach the map Sand River if you're dealing with three arty situations. Now, this is exactly this situation. I'm in the STB1. I am playing on the NA server for this one, hence how I got the STB1. And for this game, I'm kind of working on increasing the mark of excellence. I do eventually want to 3-mark this tank. You can see currently I'm at 2, and I've got to start grinding away at the mark, and that's what's happening here. So when you're on the Sand River, if you have issues with this map, the first thing you have to do is kind of check the enemy team for EBRs, because the number of EBRs that the enemy team have will impact your ability to play the south, which is where I always go on this map. I see way too many mediums taking their tanks to the north of this map. The north is fine only in 3RD situations. In every other situation, you're pushing through funnels, and it never works. This map has a huge advantage in the south if you're on the eastern spawn, and that's why you want to come over here. So you can see I'm coming to K3. Now, when there's 3 arty, to take K3, you're going to basically have to manage your exposure to the enemy arty. You don't want to be getting lit all the time. And that's exactly what I do here. I get spotted all the frickin' time, but you can, like, I don't understand how I got spotted there. I would say that's I bet that 257 has, like, optics and commander's view range skill or something to spot me there, because the fact that he lit me is absolutely wild. Now, here I get relit. This is because I'm trying to see if I can spot any TDs or anything and get spotting damage on them. To me, it's worth the risk. If I get clicked out, you know, I do have the berm to my right. I should be safe for the most part. And what I decide to do is I'm like, look, I'm spotted. What I can do is I can point my front towards Arty and I can hug this berm. This is going to make myself a smaller target for Arty players, and it's just going to make it safer for me to play here. Now, you can see what's happening is I'm continuing to play this position, and normally what I would do is I would sit here and just try to support my heavies in the mid, but this AMX starts to push up. So what I do is I poke up to try to give the AMX information. He's blind. As this player pushes in, he won't know if anyone's over here unless I spot him. So what I do is I spot that for him, and I try to let him know what he's up against, because he's being really aggressive considering the circumstances. And because it's only a Conqueror, what I say is, look, we can just push in and kill this Conqueror. So I push in, I damage my tracks. Basically, you want to make your cross random and you want to make it quick, because otherwise there will be like an FE4005 or a 268 who's going to pop you. So I just YOLO'd over, didn't get shot, perfect, lose the tracks, whatever, I've got a large repair kit, they repair quickly. Now, as you can see, the enemy team is pushing through the north, and so if you look at the map, I'm going to pause it because this is a tutorial type video. When you're in this situation pushing in, you have to go quickly depending on what you see on the other side of the map. So when you look here, standard B UDA's pushing in, these players are not really ever going to win the north. If they are, you have to push the south quickly. But because we've got a Foch B, a 50 TP, a Grill, Leo PTA, who are all in close proximity, like they're totally capable of defending this funnel right here. If a standard B and a UDIS decide to push through, we're totally fine. And so what that means is I can play this however quickly I want. There's no rush at all. And what I decide to do, it's like, I know this guy's stock. He shot me earlier. He only did 280 damage. I can just YOLO him, get the kill. To me, it's worth it to get a kill and the damage to take one hit. It just is. So I'm first to the scene here. I'm going to pop up, use my view range, try to spot any TDs back here. Probably the FV and the 268. If you don't spot the 268 in this location, he's probably going to be in D2 or something, you know, like the standard TD camping position. So try to put a shot into the arty, doesn't work. What I'm going to do is I expect this FV right here to try to poke on me. And so I'm not going to YOLO in. It doesn't make sense for me to YOLO in an FV4005 in this tank. And I'm just going to try to sit here. Now, the AMX, God, oh my lord, he decides to YOLO this FV, which is perfect because I can cover him and I'm a good player and I can totally it works out. So I put a shot into the FV. The FV shoots, bounces off the AMX, thank God, because he totally had the advantage there. And then a T49 appears. Not a tank you would ever expect in this situation. There you go. Put a shot into the T49. Gonna try to get a second one in. You can see I do. And I look at the map and I noticed that there's a 257 in the open. So what I'm doing here is I want to explain the risk analysis right here, because basically as you poke a ridge like this, you expose yourself to this angle, a snapshot from an FV, and anyone who's playing this ridge back here. I say maybe. I probably expect the 268 to be here, but maybe he shoots at me. He's probably looking at this U100 and other tanks that are pushing in. And so I can probably take, you know, 5 or 6 seconds to get 2 shots into this 257. And that's exactly what I do. You can see the 268 is spotted, and I go and check that in a sec. and he's not even able to shoot at me because he's just not paying attention. So because I can see the 268 isn't looking, I'm able to get a shot into him as he drives into the open, and that's the risk situation there. I'm about to poke, and I decide against it because I'm like, look, I'll probably get shot by the 268 right here, and the AMX M451 does need help. And so what I do is I decide to back up the AMX. I don't want him to die, and that's why I'm pushing in. It's like I'm going to use my HP to try to keep that guy alive. The FV goes and gets himself killed, which, you know, basically my efforts are useless, but there you go. I was moving in because I want to take this position from the enemy team and try to keep that AMX alive. Now, ultimately, I failed. The T-49 gets the kill. However, because all their top tier tanks are out of this position, we're then going to win a really important spot. And if you look at the map right here, you can see we're still in no rush. The enemy team is getting halted up at B0 because we've got a Foch B, a 50 TP, and a standard B who are all dealing with that. So I'm pushing in for damage. I don't need to go back to base. I don't need to do anything special. It's just playing this position, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I pop up. We're mainly looking for Artie at this point. You can see GW Tiger in the open gets spotted. We're going to focus him down first because Artie might pen me if they shoot at me, and that would not be good. So kill a GW Tiger. Artie shoots at the GW Tiger, and I did not spot a T92. That would have been an extra kill for my game if I had. Get another shot on the 2 and 2A. They're down all of their Artie, and I'm just looking for the T49 right here. So you can see T49 gets lit. I've got heat loaded for the Type 4. I'm gonna shoot it at the T49. His best play is to turn right here and get safe, but he doesn't. He drives into the open. I put a shot into him. Doesn't go in. He gets lucky there, but I got lucky on a snapshot on him earlier, so it works out. And what I'm gonna do is, you can see there's a 268 in the open right here, and this Type, he's not threatening me. And I think a lot of people miss out on opportunities like this. If you're in a position like this, especially on this map, and there's enemy teammates here, and you've got a tank who's this far back, shoot at these players because it's so easy. Like, I was looking for a shot in the transitory 268, and I had that opportunity. I didn't get the shot off, but, you know, trying for that type of thing will get you more damage on average. Now, didn't get the shot in the 268, and you can see this 268's YOLOing you. So what's going to happen? This guy clearly wants to YOLO me. He just wants to get a shot into me or whatever to shoot at the purple player, whatever. What's happening here is, as this player YOLOs me, if you look to my left and right, I have a couple options. I can always back off here if I need to, and I have a rock right here, and this guy doesn't have a turret. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a shot into him like this. Someone shoots at me and misses. It's probably the UDES, and you can see he doesn't have the gun depression, so I'm able to get a second shot into him, and I'm just going to play Ring Around the Rosie right here. Now, what happens here is, as I poke back, I expect this T49 to be an A1 sniping. Now, I know the T49 has really shitty accuracy, and so I take a risk, and I say, look, the T49 is probably not going to hit me, and you can see a shell lands right here. It's an HE shell. They don't have any Artie. Obviously, the T49 shot at me from somewhere over here, but his accuracy is so bad that I took the risk and it worked out. So 268 dies. Now I know the 49 is farming towards me, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rush the Type 4. I've got the HP, and I can get safe from the T49 for the most part. So I drive up here. I stop. Probably the stop kind of juked the UDES. He missed the shot, and I'm like, look, I'm getting shot by a UDES. I have to drive down, and I do. And now we're safe from the UDES, but we don't really know where the T49 is. The T49 fires, pens me, the UDES shoots me and bounces, so I got lucky with the UDES bounces, but I got unlucky that the T49 actually penned me, in that it's like his accuracy is so bad, it's just, he got lucky. There's no way around it. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I don't know where the UDES is, but I know where the T49 is I'm going to poke up here, and I'm going to make sure the 49 isn't YOLOing me, because the T49 totally could YOLO me and kill me, but then the UDES gets spotted. So I have to keep my turret pointed towards the UDES, and, you know, how do I say this? The T49, in this position, I'm a one-shot for him, and so what he can do, if he was last spotted here, he could just YOLO me, get away with it. He has the HP. The next best play, in my opinion, for him would be to try to do something like this and flank my team. If he's able to flank me, he'll have the advantage. He'll be able to fully aim his shot. And the reason I think he can't do that is because we have a Leo PTA right here. So I don't think he's gone anywhere. You can see he hasn't. I'm able to see where that T49 is, and he misses his shot because that thing's got shitty accuracy. Now I'm going to look for the shot right here. The PTA puts one into him. I get 357 spotting, and my main fear now, this guy can't YOLO me. You know, I've got 30 ping. It's not like I'm on EU and I have to worry about it, and so I'm able to just, you know, quickly pick up the kill because he makes a mistake. But if he were to YOLO me, I'm fine. He's not a threat anymore because he became a one-shot once the Leo PTA shot him. Now, They've got a Yudis in the open. He's the last guy alive. I'm not going to get the kill on him, even though I'm trying to. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is Cool Papa, the AMX M4, said, GG Lemming Rush, your videos are great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Very kind of you. I didn't see his message in-game, but he messaged me afterwards, had a conversation. If you ever run into me in-game, feel free to message me. I love talking to fans. So, yeah. Let's go look at the end plates. I thought that was a solid game and a really good example of kind of how to play the southern side of that map. The north is going to be a bit more challenging, and really you don't want to go there. The map has an intrinsic advantage in the south. The south almost always wins. There's no reason to take your medium tanks to the north on this map. A little caveat to that is 3 arty. I think in that case you can go to the north, but I've already explained it. I don't think on average you're going to have success if you go to the north on this map. Now, that game was phenomenal. I totally didn't expect it to be a mastery badge. I don't think I played mastery badge level in this game. I'd say it should have been a mastery badge first class, based on how I played. I did 5,000 damage. I got a high caliber, a Confederate. I did 3,100 spotting, gave me 1295 base XP. So the XP is emblematic of a mastery badge, and that's what you would expect you need to get a mastery badge in this tank. But I don't think I played a 1,300 base XP game at all there. So that's the game. Ended up making 8k credits, didn't fire a lot of gold. That's how tier 10 goes. And I have a bunch of the Onigiri pre-bought, so that's how I profited in this game. Now, I had a blast recording this. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. And if you want to pick up one of my sweaters, there will be a link in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.